Hello, Kate Crouch here at the Missoula Art Museum for another session of Embodied engagement, where we look at a piece of art and we use breath and meditation to allow our emotions to arise to the surface so that we can deeply connect with the artist themselves and what they're trying to communicate. His family was with him, so some of the scenes involve his wife or his two young daughters. There are other scenes that show the barracks that they were living in, the daily life of these Japanese Americans sent into these incarcerated zones. Today we're going to explore this piece behind me that was done at the Minidoka internment camp in eastern Washington. And it is just called Drawing in the Barrack. The perspective here is of the artist himself using a flashlight and looking down as he draws in his own diary. The watercolors seen in this exhibit are the work that was continued on after Fujii was in these camps. So as we look at this perspective here, you can almost imagine yourself looking down. And then to even draw it back further, this is a memory of drawing. So right now, let's go ahead and connect to our own breath and the present moment. Maybe take the hands to the belly or to the chest. Perhaps close the eyes. And we'll take 3 long deep breaths to settle the shoulders and settle the body. If you're sitting down, go ahead and let the feet drop heavily to the floor, the shoulders drop away. Take a moment to just think about your day so far. If it's the morning and you have maybe your cup of coffee or tea, you can think about the small motions of pouring the tea or the coffee, or wherever you are. We'll start to rewind your day, traveling back through time to just before you got out of bed. For many of us, there's that sweet spot right before you open your eyes, that time between dreaming and waking. See if you can rewind yourself all the way back to that sensation. Thinking about what your day might look like. Maybe there are tasks that you need to accomplish, phone calls, emails. But they haven't happened yet. So in that space right before waking, there's so much possibility. And then start to work back through your day until what brought you right here, right now. Listening to the sounds around you. Listening to the sound of my voice. And then slowly blink your eyes back open if they were closed. All of us have perspectives, the way that we see the world. And some of them are real and some of them are created. So as we think about our perspective of our life right now, what we have in front of us and around us. And before we go on, just generating a sense of gratitude for what you have. As the artist here is communicating, this is what they see now, looking down, taking note of their life of incarceration, with just a few days to get ready. Over 120,000 Japanese Americans, individuals of Japanese descent, were forced to leave their houses, leave their lives and work, and move into shanties in an unfamiliar part of the country, surrounded by barbed wire and other Americans with weapons to keep them where they were, inside. As we look here, there's some daylight coming in, or maybe it's the evening, but this room is very sparse. The artist only has a little light to do his work. And even just looking at this piece, this remembrance, can feel the container. This is not a spacious work, but quite contained. And we can reflect on how we see our own life, how we see our own movements throughout the day. For many of us, we forget about how lucky we are just to be able to get into the car and drive to the store. However, we're living in a very interesting time of confinement. Although we can still move from place to place, we have masks, we have places we can't go, and limitations. And notice how your body feels when you think about your own limitations right now. There might be tightness in the chest or the low back. And again, you can take your hands to the belly or to the heart, closing the eyes and feeling the breath freely moving in and out. Let the shoulders drop down again. Tap back into your sense of gratitude. Maybe feeling that gratitude moving up and down the spine. Allow the face to soften, the tongue to be heavy in the mouth. Feeling a sense of gratitude for the world in which you live in, your family, and then start to send some of your gratitude out. Thinking of a loved one, and then see if you can send some of your gratitude to someone that you see regularly. someone you maybe don't know that well, like at the store or in your day-to-day life. And then continue to send your gratitude out for the clean water that you drink, the freedom that you have, acknowledging that there are many individuals, and even in our own historical lives, some of us parents who were living during World War II, acknowledging another incarceration based on the color of the skin, based on the concept of race. Spend another moment here. And again, rewinding, coming back to yourself, to your present right now. Opening the eyes if they were closed. Again, looking at the perspective here of Fujii. This is the memory that he carried of confinement. However, this is created afterwards, during time of more liberation, movement, the ability to carry a job and to live in society again. However, the trauma and the burden of the incarceration continued to flow out of him with the different works that are in this exhibit. So Fujii, using his skill as an artist, was able to continue to communicate this sensation of claustrophobia, this sensation of being in this small container, unable to move. Today I invite you to maybe pick up a piece of paper yourself and either write a note of gratitude to someone or something. And maybe your gratitude does take the form of a drawing. Maybe it's just like Fujii is drawing where he's living. Maybe it's your house. Becoming a communicator through picture as well. So we'll end with that sensation of opening and freedom. Let the shoulders roll down and lift the spine, lift the chest, shining, open and up. Take another deep breath. And thank yourself for spending the past couple of moments involved and communicating with this artist. I hope that you enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you.